It was shaping up to be a great spring. The work board was always full and the pay had been great. Summer was approaching and that meant more and more grass work for the area. I was on my way back down the mountain from my lunch when Max texted me the details of my first baling job. He said all the equipment would be waiting for me at the shop. The money from this job would be well received because I had plans to meet with the bank in just a few weeks. It was going to be a great summer. Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. It is your friendly neighborhood farmer Raznac. We are back on Erlengrat and we continue our journey as the Alpine farmer. That's right, we're here in late spring, 5th day of spring. Again, we're running 6-day seasons. Don't forget we are running 6-day seasons, so spring is coming to an end. And with that, we have some contracts. In fact, Mr. Hensul I'm not even going to try it. Baling contract, field 1. Look, contract board is filling back up. We got baling contracts. We have fertilizing contracts. Tons and tons of work. Tons of work, which is great because we want to keep that money coming in. That way when we go to the bank, we have plenty of cash. Speaking of going to the bank, I got an appointment in a couple weeks. So we want to stack up as much money as we can here in a couple weeks. Mac's been hooking me up with some contracts and stuff. What we got? We got some Pottinger mowers, Coon Merge Max or something. Square. Oh, so we're doing square silage bales today over on field 1. Well, let's not mess around and get right to work. What do you say? Of course, always have my volume turned down without fail. Every time I start a video. Hey, if I'm not one thing, I'm consistent, right? I like that just dented somebody's car. Oh man, I'm going to have to pay for that. Yeah, like I said, this shop is not designed for the larger stuff. It's really not. The shop area is not intended to have great big stuff on it. So let's head up here to field 1. And we will get to work. See you there. Alright, we made it all in one piece here. Just unfolding the mower. This shouldn't take us too long. And it's about 10 grand. We're making about 10 grand off of this one, so that's not too bad. Not bad money at all. So let me turn the mowers on here. I don't think, trying to think. I'm so used to like windrowers that I forgot these Pottingers don't. But the nice thing about the Pottinger is if you look here, it has a PTO attachment. Like we could actually, yeah. Hang on, let me look here real quick. You might have... we might do something different, just real quick. I might do a pro gamer move here. What's the width on the 9.1 meters? 8.4. So we'll miss some. That's what we have. Yeah. Tempted to just put the windrower behind the Valtra. Really tempted. Whatever. This won't take us too long. Why is my front mower? Because you had turned it off, Raz. Because you're a goof. You can't blame me. Yeah. And again, this is a borrowed vehicle, so there's no GPS on this one. Having to do this by hand. Oh my, it's so awful. so awful. But I hope everybody's been doing well. There's been a lot of mods dropped since my last video. A whole lot. I'm not going to talk about all of them. but we'll just kind of go this way. There's been a whole lot of mods dropped. Some different maps. There was a Brazilian map that looked pretty cool that had like rice on it. That looked actually kind of neat, kind of interesting. I guess we can't mow over here. Stay in the field, I guess. I gotta stay in the field. It's the only thing I don't like when all the grass is the same texture. It makes it really hard to keep track of field edges. I mean, because you really just can't see where the field ends and the next one begins. It's near impossible. We're making a mess here. Oh, man. It's alright. We'll get all this stuff. Because remember, anything, not really extra, but the game always builds in like an extra amount into the contract, so that always helps it. Makes things much easier. As we get our, like I said, I'm so GPS spoiled that when I actually have to do this stuff by hand, I kind of struggle. I kind of struggle there. That's okay, right? Don't we all a little bit? But it is, like I said, it is springtime on the map. You can see things have kind of like livened up a little bit. Trees have filled out. All that good stuff. Mountain. There's no snow on the mountains. I've seen in some people's playthroughs that they've actually have snow like up on their hill, even on the server, on the multiplayer server, Farmer Client's Discord. It's like spring and there's still snow. The mountain edge or the map boundary is still white for some reason, which I kind of found kind of odd. But other than that, so far I haven't had any issues with the map. It's been running great. Been having a lot of fun on it. I'm really digging this this playthrough, these contracts. Money's building up fast. We'll get to the bank. We'll borrow some money. We'll take our next steps towards land ownership and actual vehicle ownership. Because right now the only vehicle we have is the little electric tractor. It's only leased to us. Got to pay max. You know, paying max for it just to keep it over there. But we got more fertilizing contracts coming up, so we'll be using it. Here in a little bit. Alright, I'm going to get the rest of this mowed up. Go grab the windrower. You guys know the process. I'll see you in just a second. Alrighty, we are back with our good old Kuhn Bergmax 092. This thing's pretty cool. I don't ever really use this much unless I have a contract. It's very rare that I actually get to use this. But it's nice because you can discharge either left, right, or middle. So I went ahead and went around the outside of the field and discharged it all in a little to the right, and that way we didn't get any errors like this, you know, equipment's reserved for contracting, or, you know, stuff that may have fallen outside of the contract area. Sorry, I lost my words there for a second. Yeah, it's a pretty fun little thing to use. But in using this, I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, I'm like, this is kind of fun. But at the same time, kind of disappointed because in every contract we've done so far, anytime we lease the equipment, it's always base game stuff. It never lets us use anything that's from the DLCs. None of everything's base game equipment. It's almost like it defaults to base game equipment for contracts. Now, I understand that, you know, from a base game perspective, you want the contracts to work without people having the DLC, but at the same time, there isn't there. I swear there's a way, because I've played on maps before that any vehicle, mods, DLC, any of that stuff can be chosen by the computer as equipment you can use for the contract. So Why isn't the game pulling some stuff from, you know, I really wish it would pull from the Alpine Farming DLC, because I would really like to use the new equipment for the contracts. So yeah, I'm a little disappointed with the game in that sense, or the map. I don't know if that's a map specific, because I know I have seen, it might be on Hofbergman or it might be on another map. I can't remember specifically which one, but you do get to use all the different types of equipment that you have installed in the game. So like I said, mods, DLCs, all that stuff is usable as contract equipment. It comes up as usable when you go to select contracts. So I don't know. That's the only thing that's kind of disappointed me with the map so far. I really wish they would have added that option. Plus, I want transport missions. So I don't know if there's an update they can do. I don't know if Giants can do an update. Again, I'll take to the forums and ask them, and I probably will get a response like, "Oh, that's not part of the game," and I'll be like, "Well, no, because I've seen it happen. Somebody figured out how to do it. Maybe it's just pulling from a preset amount of vehicles." Because again, if you look at all the baling contracts, every one of them, show you. Let's see, baling on field 1, we're using the Valtra, 15 Valtra, 24 Valtra. It's almost like it pulls from the same, just basic set of equipment for the contracts. And also, if you're wondering, there are no contracts for these fields up here, because these aren't number fields. The contracts are only for number fields 1, 15, and 24, are your only numbered grass fields. So you're going to only have baling contracts limited to those. All this stuff, I have not seen any contracts at all on those big fields up in the mountains, which would have been cool too. But they're unnumbered, so the game doesn't recognize them as contractable fields, I guess, because they have to have a number in order for a job to be assigned to them. I don't know. Who knows these things? Who knows? Yep. Kind of frustrated with that. Thought I would share it with you. Alright, we're going to keep windrowing. I'm almost done here. Going to go grab the baler. Start slapping some square bales together. If I can think of any other great tidbits of knowledge and wisdom, I will share them with you. See, just a second. All this baling got me thinking of something. I was thinking, wouldn't it be really cool if you could empty like a partial bale out of the baler? Well, guess what? Now you can. That's right. Now there is a mod that lets you do that. Actually, was thinking about that as I was in here putting these bales together. I was like, oh yeah, I forgot about that mod. That'd be really, really cool. I saw that in the in-game mod hub. Apparently, as it says, it's called empty balers, and it allows you to empty the baler. So if you have a partial bale and you want to switch over, so say you're baling hay, and then you want to switch over and bale straw, you just hit a certain button combination. I haven't downloaded the mod yet, so I'm not quite exactly sure how it works. We'll probably install it here later. But apparently you hit a button and it clears out whatever's in there, and then you have an empty baler. So there you go. Thought that was pretty cool. Pretty neat little thing that was in the in-game mod hub. The other thing I thought of while I was doing this is there's been some more information about precision farming. If you live underneath a rock and you don't pay attention to farm sim that much, precision farming is it's kind of like a game rework, almost similar to Seasons. I don't know if it's going to be a mod or like a DLC or what, but it's through Giants. What it does is it changes the whole concept of fertilizer usage and lime usage and soil quality and pH levels and soil, it harvests like yield for, all that kind of stuff, and it really, really adds another depth to the game, which I think has been missing for quite some time. That is soil management. think a lot of the very simplistic way they do it, where you put down lime every now and then you add fertilizer 3 times with seasons, twice without, and there you go, you're done. And I think that's very simplistic in its approach, and it looks like precision farming is going to be changing that and adding another layer of complexity to the game, which I think it really could use. We're all great things. This is all great things moving forward. No, I know I keep saying that the game is kind of long in the tooth, and it is. This version has been out for over 2 years now, and really excited to see what the next one holds. That's all we can do. All we can do is just kind of wait and see what it holds. See, as you can see right here, we have 2796 of grass left in there. I don't have any more grass to bale, so maybe with that mod we could hit Y and empty out that partial bale. Who knows? We can always hope, right? We can always hope. All right, I'm gonna drive back to the shop and pick up. There's no field entrance here. Right here in this corner is where I've been. There's like a little gap in the fence somewhere. Get on a road. There we go. Not even fence, but like road markers or whatever you call it. Alright, yep. We're going to pick up the wrapper onto the last of the 2 steps. We got to wrap and then transport, and we'll be done with this one. We'll cash in the big money. Alright, we are wrapping away. Actually, I did most of it. I just went ahead and did it. This is the most time-consuming part of the contract. Is the wrapping part. Just a lot of sitting and waiting. But at least we get to use this square wrapper. I haven't used this in... I think I used it on a Hoff Bergman episode a while back, but outside of that, I really haven't used this very much. Did plenty of round bale wrapping. Yeah, enough for the next 100 years on the No Man's Land challenge. But as for square bales, yeah, I haven't done a whole lot of square bale wrapping. Kind of nice to do something a little different. Square baler. I'm curious to see if all of the contracts they all use the Valtra and the same mowers. And wouldn't it be something if every contract uses the same exact wrapper? How boring. Back to, I really wish they would change that in the game, but who am I? Just a silly old guy playing a game. Who am I to say? But the Valtra's definitely worth looking at. It's a great little tractor. It really is. They're very nice in the game. And you can actually change your driving direction. Kind of change it to where you're looking out the back, which I thought was pretty cool. Pretty neat little deal. If you didn't know that, if you've never used it, I bet you there's people that have never even driven the Valtra. Wouldn't be surprised. I know there's some people that have never even used base game equipment. The minute they load up the game, they're like, "Oh, I need all these mods. I need all these modded vehicles." I used to be that way, and I'm not anymore. Really not. I go with the least amount of mods as possible. If I feel like there's something kind of missing, equipment-wise, then I'll use it. I'll get like an equipment mod. But for the most part, I try to use base game equipment, DLCs. I mean, it's all the stuff I paid for, so might as well use it. And it's not bad. Like, it's really not. It's pretty good stuff. Pulled up. The only thing, like, again, I'm frustrated with, and you can tell the modded stuff is better because it has hoses and all that stuff. Like this one, there's no hose attachments at all. None. No hydraulic hoses, no electric connections, none of that stuff. I'm hoping going forward, Giants learns their lesson and you know, make sure all of their base game stuff has pretty base game properties to it. At least I can hope they do. Now, on to the last task in this contract is the collection of said bales. Now, if we have any leftovers, can't just sell them, because they won't be silage. And I'll explain that more to you here in just a moment. Cut out here, intersection. Probably not the way you're supposed to go, but it's the way I'm going. Get over it, people. It's the way I'm doing it. But yeah, back to what I was saying about silage. When we finish the contract, bales up there won't be... We're playing with seasons, so those bales won't be silage. They won't be counted as silage. They'll actually just be wrapped grass bales for a few days. So we gotta find a place to put those. I wonder where I could kind of store them. I might just store them down there near the barn somewhere. And when they become silage, just go ahead and sell them. The extra money. Although, I mean, really for the sake of realism, I think we should just get rid of them. Because it's not our grass. It's just the game mechanic. I kind of feel like I'm exploiting it a little bit by keeping the bales. So, I don't know. We'll see. See what I think of here. Just a moment. Let's find a place to drop this wrapper and we'll hook up to the big Arcusin. Drop you there. Can't remember how many this holds. Probably only have to make like 1 or 2 trips. I'm gonna say 2 trips maximum. Two trips maximum. Alright, drive it back up to the field. See you there. Alright, we are almost finished with the picking of the bales here. I went ahead and took the first load over, and that was interesting. I'll show you why here in just a moment. It's kind of tight. It's not an easy delivery. Let me just say that. It's definitely not an easy delivery. Again, I think so much of this game was designed for small stuff, and when you do a contract and the game gives you this big, giant equipment, because I mean, this is a big old Valtra. I mean, this thing's huge. It's a big tractor for this map, and you get this big auto stacker and other stuff. Now, another thing I wanted to point out: this road, really. I mean, who thought that this was a good design of a side road? This is horrible. Absolutely horrible. I mean, so in real life, someone's going to do this, right? They're going to go, oh, let me slow down and turn back. Oh, let me slow down and stair step again. No, it would be like a straight line. Should be like an angled line straight back through there. Being just, I think I'm being picky at this point, but come on, man. Sorry, I had to do my little Joe Biden. Come on, man. Yeah, I'll show you what I'm talking about here. Turn our beacons on and our 4-ways. Like I said, you gotta be real careful with this big stuff. You'll knock out signs, and you won't be able to make the turns, and all kinds of stuff. But it's really, really tight back through here. I backed in last time. I'm gonna try something else this time. I don't know. There's a little arrow here, right? Oh no, that's pedestrian. This is not for driving. Folks, don't do this at home. But yeah, you gotta go all the way back here if you're selling bales, or if you're delivering for a contract, to this little square right back here. Right back here, which that wasn't too bad. The last time I backed in down this little alleyway. It's kind of neat, but at the same time, what? I need to get my turn on here. Get my turn on. All right, let's drop this up here. I haven't taken a screenshot yet, so let me do this. State off. Oh yeah, let's get the big. Oh, that's not gonna be in. This might. The bale's in the screenshot. Just take the freaking picture, Raz. Take it already. All right, yep, it's done. It's done. Screenshot's done. I promise it's all done. Turn this off now. All right, we're gonna lose all these bales. We're not gonna get any extra money for them. Right there. Contract 1 on field is finished. Done. Completed. We are done with the contract. $9,984. It took me an hour and a half, real life, to do that. So baling contracts take some time, but they're good money. But again, I think in the long run, the best thing to do is all these fertilizing contracts, which we're going to be doing. We're going to be doing a whole lot of fertilizing contracts. We'll be doing a whole lot of... I'm going to do the rest of all the baling contracts. I'm pretty much going to do every contract that I can as it shows up on the board before it disappears, because I want that money. I want the money. That way when we go to the bank, we have plenty of funding. We can borrow as much as we want. You know, because it's really important that we have plenty of money to get started. And we're going to be buying the BGA. I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and buy the BGA first, and depending on how much money we have, we might buy a field next to BGA. We'll have to wait and see. Alright, I think that's it for this episode, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. If you're watching this, it's on an odd day. Saturday, if you're watching this on Saturday, that's just because of some scheduling stuff I had go on this week. Next Farm Sim video should be out Tuesday. Tuesday would be the next Farm Sim videos. Stay tuned to the channel for some Fishing North Atlantic, some truck driving simulator, some ATS. Be doing some little videos on ATS. Another game I started playing this morning was Elite Dangerous. That was free on the Epic Game Store. Elite Dangerous is free, so I don't think I'm going to be doing any recorded content for it, because wow, that game is way too complicated. It's just a lot of information, and it's really slow and grindy by the feels of it. I swear, that was another, sorry, squirrel moment. See? Another street sign on the ground. And I did not hit it. I think the traffic is like clipping street signs, or something weird's going on. Something weird. Alright, everybody. Thanks for watching. Have a great weekend. We see you next time. Stay safe. See you later.